So, like I said, the tasks ahead are great, but we have a great team who's looking forward to work with our partners, certainly across the aisle, and with the Assembly Speaker Hasty in the Assembly, as well as the governor, to make sure that New Yorkers, again, are represented in the way that they deserve to be represented by committed public servants who will put them first. So, that being said, I'm certainly grateful for the conference for putting their trust in me, and I look forward to being a majority leader that will make a positive difference. So thank you.
Given the historic nature of your appointment, what do you think the difference will be now, having a woman in the room, after so many years of 3 men in the room?
Well, I've not been in the room, so I think, so that'll be different right there. I think, again, New York is an incredible place. Almost 20 million people, so much diversity, and, women hold up half of this state. And the fact that there was never a woman in the room has always been something that, was troubling. And so the fact that there will be a broader representation of the people of New York State, I think is important. We have a lot to bring, all of us, and we all have different perspectives. So I'm happy to bring my perspective.
Senator, what do you see as the status for Senator Felder? Is he going to join your conference, or is he going to be an island unto himself?
No man is an island. I will be speaking with Senator Felder in the upcoming days. I don't like or dislike an outcome. We are going to have a conversation, and he asked for a meeting, and I certainly am looking forward to the meeting. So we will see what unfolds from that.
Got around budget and sort of the end of the year. Do you anticipate any of the big stuff getting done early this year, stuff that can get done right away with this full agreement in January, February?
I do. As I said, I think people have waited a long time for some of the very obvious things that we should have been doing as New Yorkers. And again, I don't want to go through a list, but we will certainly put that list out as the days go over the next few weeks. But the reality is that, yes, we are going to put important things out as soon as we can.
That is said, but some of your new members want single-payer health care, more money for public schools. Others are concerned about taxes, property taxes. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of a collision there between those issues. How are you going to square that within the conference?
I don't think it's a collision. The things that we're going to be addressing, obviously, are things that are very, very important to New Yorkers: healthcare, quality education. All these things are why we're here. So we're not expecting collisions. We're expecting the opportunity to try and figure out the best way forward on these important issues for New Yorkers.
Senator, would you push to bring minority leaders into the closed-door negotiations with the governor, or seeking to limit those negotiations, those private negotiations?
I'm just seeking a way in the room right now. So
you wouldn't welcome the minority members in after?
Again, it's not my room, so who comes and goes was what we understood. It's not my room. So again, it'd be hard for me to anticipate what I would be calling for. I personally don't see that I would have a reason not to have the minority leaders in, but it's not my room. I think so. We'll certainly begin with where we are.
Do you think there should be a ban on outside income for legislators now that the legislature is going to be getting a big raise?
I don't know that the legislature is getting a big raise. Do you?
Well, it seems that it's on track.
Well, again, it's obviously in the hands of the commission, so we'll see what they're suggesting.
But do you think there should be a ban on outside income?
I really want to see what they're suggesting. I know that there's a lot of conversation about what they may or may not be suggesting. We, in our conference, have had a bill that certainly limits outside income, so it's not something that is new to our conference, but again, it's in the commission's hands.
Senator, do you intend on pushing for added gun control measures in the wake of these high-profile mass shootings we've seen in the last several weeks? And if so, what kind of measures are you going to do?
Again, this is something that the best, so I want to put this in perspective for all of you. We have 15 new members. I just want you to think about that. So the reality is that I believe that there is really a broad consensus around something like doing the common sense gun laws that we have been pushing, whether it's what they're calling now the red flag, or the extreme risk protection orders, whether it's banning bump stocks. We understand the difficulty with limiting the background checks to 3 days when if there's a problem it takes longer than 3 days to identify. We've had the conversation with the broader conference, but I do have 15 new members. And so we will be getting together as we over the next, again, few weeks, where people will have a clear understanding of so many of the things that are going to be facing us. And then I'd be in a better position to say, we're all going to do this, we're all going to do that. But I do believe that we are of one mind that we can do better.
Senator, have you had any picks for committee chairs yet?
No, I have not.
Senator, there was the last time Democrats held power, there was a look at the chamber rules. There's a study group wondering whether you see that happening again, if there are any rules, perhaps born of your frustrations as in the minority that you would like to see.
We're going to look at everything. I couldn't give you a list right now of what, but we do want to look at, one of the things that I've been saying to the members, and it's very, very clear. I mean, we've been operating under certain rules for, generations. And I think the sheer volume of new people in the chamber requires us to take a fresh look at a lot of what we're doing. We want to be a conference that, again, as I said, operates with intelligence and integrity, but we also want to have, be operating in an environment that speaks to where we are and our vision for the future. So in that respect, yes, we'll be looking at the rules. And as I said to my members, I'm willing to re-examine rules that we can, that are no longer appropriate or applicable. So I think you'll see a real evolution.
Would you be willing to risk a veto on an issue like single-payer health?
Again, I'm going to take one step at a time. I'm hoping that since everybody is, going to be, I believe, working collaboratively, the governor, the assembly, ourselves, to get the best results, I am hoping that whatever we do, we're not going to be worrying about vetoes or not vetoes. I mean, I'm hoping for a collaborative and cooperative government that gets us to a good place for New Yorkers. Wait a minute.
With the governor and with the speaker yet, in terms of how you want to proceed when session starts?
I've had informal discussions with, both. So, I guess they'll become more formalized now that our structure is a bit more formalized. But again, the intention is to have a cooperative and conversational approach to the things that we plan to do. I want people who hadn't spoken yet to speak.
Should the millionaire tax be extended or even expanded upon this year?
Again, it's the same general answer as with the other things. I've got brand new conference in many ways, and we have not had a conversation about a lot of these things. So, I'm reluctant to say, yes, we've all agreed on this or that. I think the general sense is that if the tax is in place, it would certainly it would remain.
Senator, I just wanted to ask you about the 3 men in a room. Not only is it historic that you will be in there, but now that you will be in that room, what can you do to try to address the issues of openness and transparency when it comes to the leaders meeting behind closed doors, coming out and announcing policies? Is there anything you're going to try to do to come out and make that a more open process?
I don't know. you know, again, I've not been in the room, so I have not been in the room. So after I'm in the room, then we will have a conversation about what I think about the experience. But right now, I'm not going in, intent on changing anything other than the fact that there will not be 3 men in the room only.
Thank you, everyone.
Senator, I just wanted to ask you, 1/3 of the legislature are women. Do you have any idea of how that's going to, shine a light on certain issues that are
I think
important?
when you have 1/3 of the population at the table, I believe that the influence of that population would be very, very well felt. Shelley, we're growing in our numbers.
Taking the train?
Yeah. We're growing. I know. Let's go.
Good.